Hey, I want to encourage you today to take the roof off to Jesus. If you notice in the Old Testament, never do they ever once talk about the roof of the temple. And that's because there is no limit to God and His power and what He will do for you, right? God doesn't want you to put a ceiling, a roof over Him. And if you think about this in our backwards world way, that's exactly what happens in Luke chapter 2. Luke chapter 5. And then it was in Mark chapter 2 where they have the paralytic. And in Mark chapter 2, verse 4, they pulled up the roof, they took it up, okay? They circumcised the house. A house is an abode, is a temple. They circumcised the temple. They circumcised their heart. Okay, you've got to take the extra off of your heart. Just take the roof off of your heart, off of your mind, off of everything, anything that's standing in the way of you knowing and having an intimate relationship with God. Take the roof off. Let Jesus come out. Okay, Jesus is within you. We're drawing Him out. Okay, if you're a believer, Jesus is inside of you. And so you don't want to have a roof. Okay, you don't want to have all this extra on your heart. You want to let it go. You want to have it all gone so God can deal with everything, right? And just you can have that abiding and that communing with Him. Okay, so take the roof off of your heart. Let Jesus in. It says in the Bible, I forgot the verse at the moment, but it talks about how you know, if the person is circumcised in heart, then they could, in the Old Testament, God was like, if you're circumcised in heart, then you can come, right? You can come. And I think there's something to be said for that. And also in Isaiah, it talks about how, God doesn't want your sad fasting, God's type of fasting. It literally says in the Bible, God's fasting is having mercy on the poor, taking care of people, and literally taking care of the people that have less than you. And so that is God's type of fasting. That's not, the fasting that people talk about in the New Testament, but that is actually what God's fasting is. And so we need to be mindful of that. When you say you're fasting, are you actually taking care of the poor? Are you actually doing what God said is fasting? So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.